Well, so a lot's been happening in the world of technology lately, the last few weeks especially. I'm going to be making several new videos about artificial intelligence, this Microsoft Loop program, the Microsoft Copilot, and some related topics. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of walk through some of this Microsoft Loop app, and I'll show a couple web pages here. I also signed into the Loop application here, and I'm just going to do some basic walkthrough of using the application. And another page here is the Microsoft 365 Copilot, which combines the power of large language models, or LLMs, with your data in the Microsoft Graph, your calendar, your emails, your chats, documents, meetings, and more. And the Microsoft 365 apps turn your words into the most powerful productivity tools on the planet. So we'll be taking a look at that also, and a few other low code or no code tools, briefly touching on the Microsoft Power Apps. But let's go back to their announcement here, which was today, March 22nd, 2023, which is when I'm recording this video. So they go on to say here, today is the start of the Microsoft Loop app journey, and we're thrilled to announce the Loop app is available in public preview. Documents have always been more than just a means of recording information. They've been a way for us to connect and collaborate, sharing thoughts, insights, aspirations with others so we may achieve more by building off each other than working alone. This tool allows us to co-create in a fast-paced and changing or dynamic environment. We need tools that embrace the messiness of our creative process and can adapt to our ever-evolving needs. So here they say the Microsoft Loop app is a transformative co-creation experience that brings together teams, content, and tasks across your tools and devices. So why did Microsoft create this tool? And they've been working on it for a little while. They announced it, I believe it was in 2021 during the Microsoft Ignite event. And so they want to help people create documents and information together with ease, no matter where they're at or whatever tools they use. It's a transformative co-creation experience that brings together teams, content, and tasks across your tools and devices. So here we can take a look at how you can organize everything and everyone for your project. With all the tools, documents, files, and links that your team needs, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. So Microsoft Loop is going to help you organize everything you need for your project into a single workspace, and even does the searching for you to kick it off. Simply add a workspace title and any other relevant keywords, and Microsoft Loop will suggest the most relevant pieces to add to your workspace. Choose which ones you want to add and create your workspace. The content will be organized into pages that you can easily view. So one of the challenges of a project is how it quickly evolves. And that, of course, also depends on how many people would be on the team that is working on the project. So the more people that are on the team, of course, it's going to sprawl out and grow very quickly or rapidly. So you can start new pages easily using templates and use drag and drop for your pages or blocks. Everything's at your fingertips with the insert menu. Just type a backslash or forward slash, that is, to add a label, live date, images, emojis, tables, checklists, and more, all without disturbing the flow of your work. Or you can type an @ sign and choose from suggested files and people based on the context of your writing. And often you need to share pieces of information with different groups of people, some which may or may not be within your immediate project team. So how do they deal with that? Microsoft Loop components allow you to decompose information, sharing just the right parts with the right people. Turn any content on a loop page into a component. And we'll be looking at how to do that just in a few minutes within the loop website tool. And then you copy and paste it across your M365 apps, including Teams chat, Outlook, Whiteboard, and rolling out for Word for the web. So you can either share the whole page or link as a live page. People can respond to you in the work. People can respond to you in the flow of their work. Like, for instance, a person who prefers email can add their input into the loop component or page from their email. The changes will update across all the places where the component or page was shared. So as the different elements of the project progress, Microsoft Loop can help keep everyone up to date and focused with the most important aspects of the work. They have progress trackers, custom labels, tasks you assign in the Loop app, and in the task list component, sync across Microsoft Planner and To Do, so you always have the latest list of what you need to focus on. Comments, nudges, reactions, and emojis help you express yourself as you work with your team. And I think this is a really great part of it. The notifications, so you can be notified, and it will help you manage your time and attention in the flow of work from your desktop, or if you're on the go with your mobile device. In the Loop app, the notification feed keeps track of your mentions, your assigned tasks, and replies. You can also view notifications, making it easy to jump right in and reply. When you create Loop components, security and permission settings apply just like they do for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. In Loop pages and components, easily view who has accessed the page or component and all the places that it's been shared. You can also use the integrated search to find what you're looking for in the Loop app. And Microsoft Loop is integrated with Microsoft 365, so you can even set a custom filter for Loop components and pages to quickly find what you need. Stay in the loop across devices. Whether you're moving from the desk to the couch or making a longer trek, the Microsoft Loop mobile app was built with flexibility in mind. You can catch up on your phone, navigate between workspaces and pages. So basically you can continue code creating wherever you're at. And another very interesting and powerful feature of this new application that's in preview is the Copilot. This is only the beginning for Microsoft Loop. They are rolling out the new capabilities of the Microsoft 365 Copilot, and I have a separate article pulled up here in the browser to briefly go over that. Copilot combines the power of the next generation AI, and I have other videos where I talk about some of the AI programs that are happening currently, and I will be talking about a few of the updates that have happened in the last few weeks in some other videos upcoming soon. But basically, Copilot in Loop gives you AI-powered suggestions to help transform the way you create or collaborate. It guides you with prompts like create, brainstorm, blueprint, and describe. Or simply type in a prompt like help me create a mission statement, and it will go ahead and do that for you. I've found that using this latest generation of AI, such as ChatGPT and other similar tools, it really can save you a lot of time to help jumpstart different efforts that you might be working on. Like the rest of Microsoft Loop, the Copilot in Loop was built for co-creation. So as you and your teammates work, any of you can go back to earlier prompts, add language to refine the output, and edit the generated responses to get better personalized results. So it's reusing what you did before and then finding new information based on that refined input. Then you can share your work as a Loop component to meet your teammates where they are in Teams, Outlook, Whiteboard, or Word for the web. Also, Copilot in Loop is currently in a private preview, so do keep that in mind. Copilot in Loop also helps you when you need to understand essential information quickly with summarization. Copilot helps everyone get to the point by summarizing the content of a Loop page and the content of a documents linked in the workspace. You can edit summaries to add more detail or context and send them to others as Loop components to keep everyone in sync. These summarization capabilities in Loop will begin rolling out in the next few months. So again, Microsoft is saying here that it's in public preview. It is available today, which I will be showing that here in this other tab where I'm logged in to the Microsoft Loop application. So you can visit the website, and if you don't have an account, you sign up for a free Microsoft account. That's how I did it and was able to log in and start trying it out. You can also download the mobile app. You can visit the Loop mobile app for Android or Loop for the iOS. And they go on to say they've been working closely with customers in a private preview as well as learning from their own teams. And there's a further article and a video below here that you can watch. And I will include links to these pages that I'm talking about in the description of the video. And here's a list of some other things or links you can take a look at. Empowering collaboration with AI, artificial intelligence in Loop, enabling Loop for your organization. The Microsoft Mechanics video. The new Microsoft Loop app is built for modern co-creation. The Microsoft Loop and the future of collaborative experiences. And the LinkedIn Learning course, Microsoft Loop First Look. And I've found that the LinkedIn Learning courses are really great. I've gone through a few of them myself this year. And then they finalize and say, think, plan, and create together like never before with Microsoft Loop. So it is, I think, a very exciting technology and up and coming, and it's integrated artificial intelligence as well as some of their other newer technology. It sounds like some things won't be available for a little bit longer, but there's definitely things to work with right now. So I've gone ahead and opened up the Microsoft Loop website. It's loop.microsoft.com, and I have signed in to the website or application, and you can see here it says it's in preview, and some of the things I mentioned in the article. This is like the bell icon for notifications. There's a search, so you can click on search and then start looking through active pages or recent pages that you've clicked on to get an idea maybe where to go next. And if you click on recent here, you can see the resources that you most recently have accessed and which location that was, getting started ideas, and so forth. And if I click on ideas here, I created a new one called Project Brief, and I used a template to create it, so I can click on that. And this is what it looks like, the Project Brief template. As they say here, you can use this template to kick off a new project. A project brief is a summary for stakeholders and collaborators. And so you have different lists and icons and some formatting that you can put in. Give an overview for your project, goals for your project, who are the team members on your project. You can list those in a data grid. What are your project deliverables? What are your due dates? And if you have relevant links for your project, you can add those. And like if you want to add a task, you can click this and just simply type in your task. You can add a new task, give it a name, add an assignee, and select a date. And if you want to update your cover, you can click that and choose something different from their list of different gallery pictures or gradients if you just want something more simple. So there, it just updated it. If you want to share with people, you can click here. You can share a page link or share the loop component, which then you can embed it into your Microsoft 365 apps that I covered in the introduction part of this video. There are certain applications you can use it in. And if you wanted to create a new idea to get started, you can click the plus sign and you can just start typing. You can add icons, add covers. You can give it a page name. And so here are some of the current templates: project brief, team decision, project planning, meeting notes. So I will go ahead and click on each one just to give a quick idea of what they look like. So this is the team decision template. So you can see basically how it built it out and how it formatted everything, how you can add tasks, how you can add new ideas. You just click these links right here. And you can also move things around, like if you want to drag and drop. Once you have different columns, you can like drag this over here and say you want this column first. You can drag and drop that over there to the left. If you don't like it, you can click on the delete and it gets rid of it. You can sort. There's a little sort icon here. You can hide a column if you don't want to see it, or you can expand the table. So it's really easy to do some formatting without any coding, without any programming. So we saw the project brief, we've seen the team decision. Let's look at the project planning, and I'll say go ahead and use this template. And so you might start with this template if you wanted to define scope and plan milestones for your next project. So you can see there's icons and text. And again, if you want to change the cover for this, you can choose a different cover. Say we wanted this cover. And then go down and define your different roles, background context for your project, your opportunity statement. What are the assignments for this project? What are the goals? What are the milestones? You can have who the owner is, what the status is. Here you can see if I click inside of it, it shows different options. And what's the end date? It pulls up a calendar. And if you need to update the text, you just go ahead and select that, and then you can format it as italic, underline, H1, H2, so make it smaller, bigger. Or if you click the three dots there, you can see there's a lot more options here for formatting your information. So it's very, very fun and very easy to work with. So let's take a look at the last one, meeting notes, and we'll say go ahead and use this template. If you wanted to plan an effective meeting that was coming up, put some bullet points here at the top. Choose your topic, who's going to be the attendees, what's your agenda, what notes do you want, what tasks. Again, you can add tasks by simply clicking the little plus sign here, and you can go into each of these fields and click on them to assign it to someone else. And of course, if you have links, you can add those down at the bottom. And now if we go back to the recent, you can see how it knows that we went into these 4 different like ideas, and it has them listed, so you could click on them and go back into them. Like if I click here, you'll see it takes me back to the project planning, so it's easy to navigate around that way. Here I'm going to click on go to getting started, which is where we were in the beginning. And so here you're just seeing some basic information that Microsoft put in this application when you first log in. We're in the Loop team, and we're excited to have you join us for the public preview. This workspace is all about helping you learn and have fun with the app. Check out the sidebar to start exploring all the cool stuff you can do. Microsoft Loop is the next generation co-creation app that connects teams and tasks across your tools and devices. It's a new way of working, so you and your team can think, plan, and create together from anywhere. So let's click on a few things here. Let's say you want to create a component or get the mobile app, you can do that. Here we can say, okay, this component, we want a new sub page, we want to open it, we want to share the page link, share the Loop component, rename and style, or add to Workspace. Get inspired, I originally just created a separate sub page, so I clicked here and said new sub page. And Microsoft does ask for your feedback if you'd like to send them your feedback. Next steps is good. Here you can see an invitation to do some other things. You can see that we're in progress here on checking out the starter workspace. Go to the workspace overview, click the Loop logo in the top left corner to get to the workspace overview. So let's go ahead and try that. So I clicked on that, and you can see here I have getting started, which is what we were looking at. You also have a favorites if you wanted to create favorites. So once you have more than like one project here, you would see them all here, and you could select them, and you can change between a list view or a grid view. So I'll go ahead and click back on getting started. And then we can say, hey, that's in progress, or we could say we've done that. So this helped you get more familiar with how to use the tool. And if you wanted to create a new item here, you just click new and you start filling in your information. So here they have get inspired. How can you use the Loop with your team? Make it your team's home page. Collect all the files and assets your team needs. Office docs, specs, meeting notes, links to work lists and schedules, YouTube videos, and so on. Link to important components from your Outlook, emails, or Teams chat. Kick off a new project. Take meeting notes. Drive a team decision. Brainstorm asynchronously. Write a design spec or a project brief. And when you create a new page, they mention here you'll find a growing number of templates at the bottom of the page to help you get started. So here we'll go back to create a component. And so I originally started doing this off camera, where I selected the whole list, and then I clicked on this icon here that they show you to click on and say create loop. A border will appear that you see outlining the content. Then you can hover over your new loop component to see the full header, then click the copy component command, which is right here. And so I click that, and now you can see it created a link to the component, so anyone can with the link can edit the way that it's set up now. So you could copy and paste that, and you could paste it into Teams chat, in an Outlook email, or in a Loop page. And then this list that we're looking at is the loop component, could be edited from anywhere. It'll stay in sync across all the places where it's been shared, because all this is stored, of course, in the Microsoft Cloud. So anyway, I know this video is getting a little longer. I think I'll stop at this point talking about the loop preview. Hopefully it gave you an idea if you haven't used it yet. Maybe it's something you could be interested in trying out. I will keep working with it as it grows in functionality. I think it's a really useful tool, and I'm excited about watching it grow up in the coming months ahead, and how it has some artificial intelligence or AI infused in it. These are just really great and modern tools to be checking out. So I'm going to open up another tab here, and this was just about a week ago. Microsoft announced the Microsoft 365 Copilot, a whole new way to work. So Microsoft announced on that day, March 16th, 2023, the Microsoft 365 Copilot, your Copilot for work. It combines the power of large language models with your data in the Microsoft Graph, in your calendar, your emails, your chats, your documents, your meetings, and more. The Microsoft 365 apps to turn your words into the most powerful productivity tool on the planet. And it does so within their existing commitments to data security and privacy in the enterprise. Copilot is integrated into Microsoft 365 in two ways. It works alongside you, embedded into the Microsoft 365 apps that you use every day: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, and more. To unleash creativity, unlock productivity, and up-level skills. Today Microsoft is announcing an entirely new experience, Business Chat. Business Chat works across the LLM, the Microsoft 365 apps, and your data, your calendar, email, chats, documents, meetings, and contacts to do things you've never been able to do before. You can give it natural language prompts like, "Tell my team how we updated the product strategy," and it will generate a status update based on the morning's meetings, emails, and chat threads. So it's using artificial intelligence to go ahead and gather that information, summarize it, and send it out and communicate it to the team. Recent GitHub data shows that among developers who have used GitHub Copilot, 88% say they are more productive, 77% say the tool helps them spend less time searching for information, and 74% say they can focus their efforts on more satisfying work. So this Microsoft 365 Copilot is integrated into the apps you already use every day, freeing you to focus on the most important work and less on the busy work. Working alongside you, Microsoft 365 Copilot helps you unleash creativity, unlock productivity, and up-level skills. So then they just go on to talk about the Copilot in Word and how it can help you there, the Copilot in Excel, Copilot in PowerPoint helps you turn ideas into stunning presentations. As your storytelling partner, it can transform existing written documents into decks complete with speaker notes and sources, or start a new presentation from a simple prompt or outline. Here are some example commands and prompts you can try. Create a 5-slide presentation based on a Word document and include relevant stock photos. Or consolidate this presentation into a 3-slide summary. Or reformat these 3 bullets into 3 columns, each with a picture. That's why they were mentioning earlier about your words becoming really important and helping you get more work done more quickly than you've ever been able to do before. Then there's Copilot in Outlook, and it works with your inbox and your messages so that you can spend less time on email triage and more time on communicating better, faster, and more easily. Summarize lengthy and convoluted email threads with multiple people to understand not only what has been said, but the different viewpoints of each person and the open questions that have yet to be answered. Again, they go on to explain here some prompts that you can try, such as summarize the emails I missed while I was out last week, flag any important items, draft a response thanking them and asking for more details about their second and third points, shorten this draft and make the tone professional. Lastly, invite everyone to a lunch and learn about new product launches next Thursday at noon. Mention that lunch is provided. So you can tell it to do these things and it will go ahead and create information for you that you can then review and send out or edit as you feel necessary. Copilot in Teams takes the work out of working together. Copilot helps you run more effective meetings, get up to speed on the conversation, organize key discussion points, and summarize key actions so that the entire group knows what to do next. In your chat, Copilot gets you answers to specific questions or catches you up on anything you've missed, all without interrupting the flow of the discussion. By adding Copilot to your meetings and conversations, you now also have a powerful tool to help you with common tasks such as creating meeting agendas based on chat history, identifying the right people for follow-ups, and scheduling the next check-in. So then they go on to give you some more prompts you can try when using the tool. The next section here is about the business chat. It's an entirely new experience that works across all your data and apps, empowering you to do things you've never been able to do before. It works alongside you using the power of Microsoft Graph to bring together data from your documents, presentations, email, calendar, notes, and contacts. Bring together information from multiple sources to keep everyone on the team on the same page and moving forward together. Spend less time focused on the tools and more time focused on the most important work. I think that's an important point here, and one of the reasons that I'm talking about tools like this. These new artificial intelligence infused tools can really help us save time that can be spent on more, I guess, productive or maybe more critical work, and use these tools to help you get more work done in less time. I'm also in the process of starting an AI channel, Scott's Future AI, where I will be talking more in detail or in depth about some of the artificial intelligence tools that are going on. I may still have a few of them here on this channel, but I also want to have a separate channel just focused really on just AI topics and not as much of these other tools and DevOps issues. So I won't go through any more of this page. I know this video is getting quite long, but there's so many things here that are going on with artificial intelligence, and I wanted to bring this particular tool to your attention if you don't know about it. I thought you might be interested in hearing about it. And Microsoft does go on to talk about building AI responsibly, which you can read that both on the OpenAI website and the Microsoft Azure website. They do go on to say here they're currently testing Microsoft 365 Copilot with 20 customers, including 8 in Fortune 500 companies. They're going to be expanding these previews to customers more broadly in the coming months, and will share more on new controls for IT admins so that they can plan with confidence to enable Copilot across their organizations. Today, so how can you get ready? Today, the best way to get ready for Copilot is to get on Microsoft 365 and start using it and becoming familiar with it. And lastly, you can see here there's some different links to go to some other tools, of which I will be mentioning briefly. The Copilot and Power Apps, and just Power Apps in general, which is like a low code, no code tool, again, to help get some things done that maybe in the past you couldn't do, or you don't have to have developers work on, or developers, software developers, could use the tools to get their work done more quickly by leveraging really great technology. And there's a few other Microsoft websites I will list in the links in the description. There is the Microsoft.com website talking about Microsoft Loop, and of course right at the top here of the page you can see introducing Microsoft 365 Copilot, your Copilot for work, learn more. So we looked at that briefly, and so you can go through this page and see some more of the things that I was demonstrating in the tool itself. And here is another Microsoft website. It's on the support website for Microsoft. Get started with Microsoft Loop. And again, I'll include the link in the description if you want to read more about it. They have a link here to the home page, the Loop home page, where to get the mobile app for Android and iOS. And if you're an IT admin, you can check out instructions here to enable Loop for your organization. And as we saw in the demo that I gave, you saw briefly about the Loop components, Loop pages, and the Loop workspaces, which were kind of like at the top level. And it's important here, how do I use Loop components in other apps? Loop components are currently supported in Teams, Outlook, Word for the web, and Whiteboard. And then you can choose from the links below to learn more. And last, really briefly, I wanted to mention the Microsoft Power Apps. Easily develop mobile and web apps for any business need, even if you have no technical or development experience with Power Apps. Power Apps is a really great tool. It simplifies application development. It makes it easy for anyone to build apps for your teams and customers. You can start for free with the developer plan to access user-friendly low-code tools. Learn easily, build without coding, save money using a single cost-effective platform that's robust and scales to your needs. Use any data source, Adobe, MailChimp, Microsoft 365, and more than 500 different data connectors. And you can scale with confidence, drive innovation, and save time with the Microsoft Dataverse. Use common tables or build your own data schema. They go on to show some companies that use it, Toyota, Capitol Records, and many other companies. And so you can get started for free by clicking on the link here on this web page. So with that said, I'm going to end this video, and I hope you found it helpful and useful and help enlighten you about some new and upcoming technology that we have to look forward to. Thanks for watching.
If you like this channel, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new content.